let me try to challenge your mind for a second. What comes up to your mind when I ask you to think of an arrogant person? What do you think that person is like? What do you think they act like? What do you see them as? An arrogant person. Maybe you think of them as a person who just thinks so highly of themselves that you just cannot talk to them. Like they are so much better, so further ahead of you that nothing matters what you say. Or you maybe think something differently. But I wanted to challenge your mind by asking you, is an arrogant person actually just a bad person? Is it being an arrogant person being someone bad? So if you're arrogant, is that necessarily just a bad thing? Or could it be a good thing? And the reason why I wanted to challenge your mind with that is because we always tend to think that those arrogant people, they're just dickheads, you know? When you think of an arrogant person, they're just being dickheads. They're just thinking so highly of themselves. That's what comes up to our mind when we first think of it. I mean, most of the time, that's probably what comes up to our mind when we think of an arrogant person. But here's the thing. I believe that to be successful in life, to move the needle, to be confident, to win in life, you need to be arrogant in some way. I genuinely believe so. And firstly, I would like to explain what arrogance means and what arrogance am I referring to, because every person thinks of arrogance in a different way. Everyone sees arrogance as something else. So what do I mean when I say arrogance? I mean just about thinking highly of yourself, just having positive self-talk, just thinking that you are the best at something, that you are very great, you're awesome at something. You know, that's what I think with arrogance. When I say arrogance, I don't mean being a dickhead where you just don't want to listen to other people because you're the number one, you know it all, and you just don't need any other opinion. That for me is ignorance. You're ignorant because you think you just know it all and you cannot learn from anyone else. No, that's ignorance for me. But arrogance is when you just think highly of yourself because you deserve it, because you are the big guy. You are the one who understands it the best. And so the reason why I think that is so important for success, that being an arrogant person in a way is so important for success, at least being arrogant on the inside, the reason for it is because, think about it. If you think low of yourself, if you genuinely think, oh, I'm a weak fuck and I'm slim as fuck, I'm just not that strong. If you go to the gym, are you gonna lift heavy weight that easily? Compared to when you go to the gym thinking you're the strongest, you're the best built, you're so good looking. You're definitely gonna lift more weights if you think that you're the big G, you're the big guy, you're strong, you're muscly. The same goes for everything, you know? When you wanna get a girl, you wanna go and talk to a girl, are you gonna be more likely to go up and approach that girl if in your mind you're thinking that you're just not good enough, you're not looking that good, you maybe are uncomfortable when you talk, you just seem awkward to other girls? Are you gonna feel confident in talking to that girl? Are you? But if you have a mindset of every girl wants to be with me, every fucking girl wants to be with me, every girl that I see in this world, she would love for me to approach her because she will be with me. If you have that type of mindset, that type of arrogance inside of you, suddenly I believe it's gonna be so easy for you to approach that girl, or at least to believe that she would like to talk to you back. And so arrogance in the inside, I believe, is important, but arrogance of you just thinking highly of yourself inside of you. But arrogance can be linked so closely to ego, just being egotistical because you just think so highly of yourself that you lose track of reality. You don't know what the reality is, and you technically just live in a fantasy because you're just so arrogant that you just lose track of what is out there, what's around you, what's the reality. And that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to be so arrogant to the point where you just lose track of reality. You don't know what's around you, and that could be bad for you. So being arrogant whilst being aware of what is around you, what is the reality, I believe is the key to success. But here's the thing. I genuinely don't like the word arrogant. And I don't like saying that I am an arrogant person. I don't like it. Because like I told in the beginning of this video, saying that you're arrogant, imagining an arrogant person, what comes up to your mind? It's not gonna be the first thing that comes to your mind that an arrogant person is a successful, big, very smart and intellectual person. No, what's gonna come up to your mind is gonna be that that's a dickhead who just thinks so highly of themselves that they lose track of reality and they are just ignorant as fuck. That's what we think when we think of an arrogant person. And so saying to myself that I am an arrogant person, that could fuck me up, honestly. And so I genuinely believe that being an arrogant person is good, while not saying it like you're an arrogant person. Basically, you do the things what an arrogant person does, which is you just think highly of yourself, but you just don't speak to yourself like you are an arrogant person, which means that you speak of yourself like you're a humble person, which means that the people around you just see you as a humble person, whereas inside of you, you're arrogant. And I believe that that is the ultimate formula to use the arrogance to your advantage, because arrogance is so powerful, but only if used correctly. Because with arrogance, you get more confident in life. You have a higher conviction for the things that you're talking about. You are convinced that whatever you're talking about is true. And that's why arrogance is so important. But when we go to the point where we are so arrogant that to the outside world we just look like a dickhead, that's a no-go. But imagine living in a world where you're arrogant from the inside, but everyone else sees you as this humble person, you know? Just like a fucking footballer winning a championship, he's sitting there and everyone asks him, how do you feel? How do you feel about this win? And he will say, yo, I didn't expect it at all. I trained a lot, but I just didn't expect it. And this is such a surprise. That's what he's telling to the public out there, to everyone, to us. That's what he's saying to the peasants. And inside of him, he's thinking, oh, I'm the big G. I deserve this. I trained for this. I'm just the motherfucker. I'm the king. I'm the best footballer. That's what he's thinking inside of his head. And that's how a winner is created, I believe, genuinely. And so being that person on the outside, thinking that other people think that you're just a humble person, while you inside are an arrogant person, I believe that's the key to success. That's the best way to utilize the power of being arrogant. And here's the thing. Why should you even be arrogant? I didn't explain it that much in this video, but I mentioned it a couple of seconds ago. Arrogance boosts your confidence and boosts your conviction, because people will trust you more if you're arrogant. If you're being arrogant, people will trust you more, because all of a sudden you just seem like you're the professional, like you know everything in this field. You know, if you have a guy who is telling you, oh, I've been to the gym, I've been to the gym for 3 years, and yeah, I'm just doing some exercises and I'm not seeing that much progress. And yeah, I'm not sure of am I eating the right food, and also I'm just not being that disciplined. And but yeah, I've been here for 3 years, and I can teach you a lot about the gym because I've been in the gym for 3 years. What the fuck? But if you have a guy who tells you, I've been in the gym for 3 years, I know the best exercises, I just got pumped up, got I gained 10 kilograms of muscles, I know the best diet that, and I can tell you the exact diet that brought me to this point, and that I have been consistent for 3 years in a row, and I just know everything about the gym, and I obsessed off the gym. I obsessed with the gym for 3 years in a row. Who are you gonna trust more? Who are you more likely to give money to? To the guy who says he knows it all and he's the best, or to the guy who just says, yeah, I've been in the gym for 3 years, but I'm just average. I'm just, yeah, not that great. I'm still not at the top. What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, I've been to the gym for over 3 years in a row now, but I'm still lean. I'm still not the biggest. I mean, I'm lean, but I'm not the biggest. But what do you think I think when I look at myself in the mirror? Do you think I think that I'm skinny? No. I genuinely believe that I'm a big dog. I'm a big motherfucker, big muscly motherfucker. Why? Because that belief system just helps me. And it helps me to perform better in the gym. When I go to the gym, I'm going to lift heavier weight if I think that I'm strong as fuck and that I'm stronger than anyone else in the gym, even though I'm clearly not. But if I believe so, might as well lift some heavy weight and show it, you know? And so, what I'm trying to say, being an arrogant person can help you to convince more people to trust you. People will trust you more if you're an arrogant person. If you think so highly of yourself, people will trust you more. At least that's what I believe, and that's what I understood throughout my whole life, throughout all the experiences that I have had with everything I've done. People trust you more if you think highly of yourself. If you believe in yourself so much, people will just naturally trust you because they see that you know it all. They see that you are a trustworthy person to learn from. But here's the thing. Being too arrogant could be a bad thing. And people like to say that being wise, so being smart and intellectual, is a lot better than being arrogant. And here's the thing. I wouldn't like to say that there is a better or a worse. I wouldn't say that there is something better or something worse. I would like to say that there is a better one for a specific scenario. So it depends on what you want to achieve. If you want to achieve, for example, you know Andrew Tate, and he's a very, very, very arrogant person. I'm talking very arrogant, and he is unapologetically arrogant. Genuinely, that's what he is, unapologetically arrogant. And we know it all. We know it all. And why it works for him? Why is he so wealthy because of his arrogance? Because that's what he wants. That's his goal. His goal is to monetize, to get as much money, as many eyeballs on him as possible. And you're gonna get that by being arrogant, because people are more likely to trust you because you seem like the guy who knows it all. Whereas the guy who teaches the same thing but is just being more wise, is using a better intellectual words. They are using they're basically being smarter about the words they say, about the sentences. They are thinking of the sentences they're gonna say, and they're just a lot smarter. But you're not gonna trust that person because they're not calling you out. They're not calling you out directly saying, oh, you're a bitch because you're not gonna do X, Y, and Z, and I'm the best at it, and I can teach you how to get to my point, how to get to my level, because I'm the best at it, and I can teach you, and you're a bitch because you cannot do it. And yeah, it works. It works for him to get as many eyeballs on him, because everyone just likes to talk shit about the arrogant people. That's natural. That's so natural for a human being to just talk shit about an arrogant person. But here's the thing, the wise person who uses arrogance in the right way, they will not get that many traction. They will not get that many eyeballs on themselves, because people cannot trust them. People need time to build trust with that person, because that person is not saying they are the best, but rather they are saying, look, I'm not the best, but this is what I know, and I'm gonna share everything I know from what I've learned so far. And yeah, I'm not the best, but I'm pretty good at it, so I can show it to you. And you see why that will work less, and why it will not work as good as if a person says that they know it all, they are the best at it. You can see and understand why it doesn't work. And so for me, I believe that arrogance is good if used correctly, but please remember, when I say arrogance, I mean you thinking highly of yourself, but not being ignorant to the point where you just think you're the best and no one can beat you at this and you cannot learn from anyone. No, the thing is, you have to be the best at everything, but you have to have this open mind to think that there's still someone better than you, and you can still learn from someone else to become even better than what you are. Because if you think you're the best at everything, you're not gonna want to change. You're not gonna want to change. That's just a fact. Because why would you change if you're the best? If it cannot be better than you. So yeah, this video honestly has been inspired by a guy in my comments, and I just love these comments that I'm getting. There's not that many comments, not that many views on my YouTube channel so far, but I just love it. I just love to read comments and to reflect back on it, and because those comments challenge my mind. They try and make me think of certain things, because comments on the videos are actually feedback, because what I'm recording is just my experience, my opinions, my viewpoint. And when I get a comment on it, when I get a feedback from my right-hand man or from a guy watching it and just commenting on it, I genuinely get inspired by it, because I get feedback and I can try and understand, okay, what can I do better? Or what have I done good? What have I done bad? So with that being said, please drop a comment down below, because I love to get inspired by comments and record videos, because I'm uploading daily. As you can see, I'm uploading daily on this channel, and I would like some ideas to know what to record about, what to talk about. But this is a topic that I just wanted to share, because I got inspired by a guy in my comments, and it's a very interesting topic, and it's a topic that we can go on about in many other videos. We can just talk about it, go in more depth about it, how to use it properly, because arrogance is so powerful, but it needs to be used properly. And so yeah, shoot me a comment, inspire me for more videos, and reach out to my Instagram if you want to start a chat and just talk about some topic, or if you have a problem you want to solve and you think that I can solve your problem, or whatever, or you think that I have a problem that you can solve, reach out to me, because yeah, that's what these videos are for, to connect with the people who are watching it, to me who is creating it. So yeah, that's it.